Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about sitting down, do some at South by.
Yes.
My man was busy.
I was getting to it,
He
bro.
was performing.
I was getting to
He was doing what an independent artist is supposed to do: networking, connecting, and hustling.
Yes.
The
Yes.
hustling.
Yes. Yes.
Before we get into the album and your favorite studio session, all of the above, man. How was South by? How did it treat you? What do you have to say for artists who don't think South by Southwest is an outlet for them to explore anymore?
I think that they're missing out on a good opportunity, especially as an artist in Texas, especially as an artist in a major city, especially for those in the smaller towns, because that's how you get the most exposure possible. Austin is like the biggest music city in our state, because they have live performances. They have that arena for you to put yourself on the platform. Houston does as well, but we don't really have the music infrastructure. We don't really have. We're more of a. I would say if you're not already a celebrity, we're not gonna really take you in. We're more if you have to be already made it for us to take you in. Now, a lot of concerts that I've been to in Houston is like Houston is a tough crowd.
For sure.
So you really have to be already who you are
Exactly.
in order to pull us in. Or you gotta have some really good music, and that's where I kind of fall in. But outside of that, South by Southwest for me was very advantageous because this is my third time being an official artist. So I was definitely able to learn from those 2 times prior. So now I was able to do it the right way. I was able to not spend as much money.
Right.
I was able to not spend a lot of time going back and forth, and I could just focus on the things that are beneficial to me personally, being beneficial to my craft, instead of just trying to hit everything. I was able to promote my own music because I planned it to where I was able to drop an album right before South by Southwest, during South by Southwest. So I was doing it to where some of the artists, some of the better artists, they'll be like they'll preview or premiere their new music
Exactly. But
at the showcase. But you know what I mean? And I want to make sure that if I was going to do that, I was going to have a project to go along with it so people can also enjoy it after
more music.
after I'm off the stage. So this time I was just more I was more strategic.
Yeah.
I was more intentful. And I was able to really execute, the way I wanted to. I bought lighters, and this is a strategy that anybody can use. I came up with I guess I came up with the idea to put my name on lighters. So when after I got off the stage performing, I had my QR code in my phone. I had these phone boards. Hey, if you like what you listen to, go ahead and scan it. Follow my Spotify. Follow my Instagram. Here's a lighter just in case you forget who I am. This is this part. Mostly everybody at South by Southwest is gonna need a lighter.
Everybody.
And from that time, being that I lost my Instagram page last year, I had to start a new one. In just that 4-day span, I was able to gain about 75 followers. And that may not be a lot to a lot of people.
That's a lot.
But to get organic followers, like talking to people,
lot.
like passing out things, like that's what's
For people to remember you and to want to follow you. That's a lot.
That's what I want. That's what. So
People don't understand that part.
Bro, I'm
they
trying
can
to
say, "Oh yeah, I'll check out your music," but to follow you,
follow me.
Yeah.
Remember who I am.
Exactly.
Making it stick.
Exactly.
That's what we was about.
That's when you know you've done something.
Right.
I feel you on that.
Right.
Now speaking of the project, man, you said you went into South by with this project. You dropped it a week or 2 weeks before?
No, actually, it was the week of.
The week of.
The week of.
I just want to be fly forever.
Yes, indeed.
Now, I know you fly. but where the name come from, man? Just let the people know.
It's,
how that came apart.
It's really just. I would like to say that I've been pretty, fairly dressed, my whole life.
For sure.
I like to think I've been pretty fresh my whole life. I'm not new to a sneaker game. I'm not new to.
Not a lot of y'all are fresh.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it real out.
A lot of people from our era, from our time, they grew up in the '90s. We know what this fresh shit is like, so we invent this shit, and I'm just doing that. But also, it's just another way of saying, your attitude determines your altitude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your mindset can really determine where you can be. Your mind determines if you want to fly. If you think you can fly, you'll be able to fly. So I guess, in a kind of a way, it has a double entendre. Yeah, I'm talking that fly shit, but there's a lot of times, in the album where I'm kind of like, I'm letting people know, talking to myself, saying, hey, get your mind right. Like, you can only do as much as your mind says you can. If you don't think you can, you won't.
You won't do it. Exactly. So you can't go from there.
Yep.
Now, before we move on, man, because, this project, it hit the soul 24 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
But you got straight to the point.
Straight to the
Every
point.
single song, man. How long did this project take you to record and get done and get to the peak?
So I started writing around June of 2024.
Okay.
June of 2024. And it had a different direction. The songs that was on there now I wasn't even really working on. Some of those songs just came in spurred of moment. But yeah, what I was writing, I wasn't really feeling until I got, a breath of fresh air with some more music and some more beats. And then I was able to be, inspired more. And then after that, during Hurricane Girl, it's kind of like my life just kind of did like some spiraling type shit. So I was just able to just kind of fuel my music through just going through, trials and tribulations of that time. And this is what came out of it. From June all the way up until I think I stopped recording in January. So I was writing and recording within that time. Typically my writing process is write all my music first and then go record.
Right.
So I wrote all my music. I think I was done writing maybe about October, November. And then from November, December, January, I was just recording. I was just going to the studio, getting the takes right, trying to make sure that, I was recording as much as possible, getting the best takes possible. So yeah, that was pretty much it, bro. That was kind of like that whole process of doing that, and then having it lead up to South by Southwest was always the plan. I had planned on having it done earlier, but things don't always go as planned. So I was able to still be creative enough to get the songs and get the message out that I wanted to get, and then get the project out in enough time.
Always a great thing.
Yep. Excuse me.